Hi everybody, it's Norma, and oh my goodness, it is January 31st. I can't believe that January's over. Tomorrow is going to be the 1st of February, and as you guys know, February is a short month, and then we move into March, which means spring, and we have St. Patrick's Day in March, and we have Easter in March. And I have no idea how I'm going to figure out the decor because they're very close together. But yeah, winter is it's starting to finally wind down. You know, the holidays have long been gone, and yeah, just I don't know where time goes. So anyway, January is prime burning month because, you know, I live in Michigan, so typically it is very, very cold. And it really took until January for the cold weather to set in. You know, we had an unseasonable fall, so it was really hard to get into the fall scents. And even for the holidays, I mean, we were in the 40s and 50s many days during the month of December, which is just really unusual for us. No snow, and we still haven't had much snow here. We've missed all the big storms, but it has gotten cold. Although today, I mean, the last day of January, and we're like almost 50 degrees. It's just crazy. But I did manage to get quite a lot of burn time in during the month of January. And I burned a lot of my favorites, actually. But you know, there were some disappointments, even though they were my favorites. You know, sometimes you just don't get candles that perform consistently, and I think that's just been a theme that so many of us have had lately. It's like even some tried and true favorites aren't performing. There's just been so much inconsistency with all the candle companies that, you know, it's really, really frustrating because, you know, when I do a review, when I do these empty videos, I like to be able to recommend candles, but it's such a crapshoot lately. I can only tell you what my experience has been in my space. Someone in my Facebook group just recently coined the term dud house, and basically it means you have a house where nothing throws. And I think I have a dud house because I live in a very small condo, it's 1,000 square feet. I have multiple candles going all the time. You would think that I would just be overpowered and choked out with, you know, the scent. But unfortunately, you know, I'm just having a really tough time getting a throw. And if it wasn't for the occasional candle that really shines through and fills the air with scent, I would think I've lost my sense of smell, honestly. I would think that. But I'm burning chocolate layer cake right now. I could smell it before it even pulled out. At one point, it must have been last month because I don't see the empty here. I had burned, or maybe I didn't finish it, I'm not quite sure. I think I didn't finish it. I had burned a Henri Bendel candle in the scent Rose. It was so strong that I was like, I couldn't hardly stand it in my bedroom. I said, you know what, I'm going to have to put it away until the springtime. So if it wasn't for, you know, candles like that, I would think seriously I'd lost my sense of smell because I just sometimes have a really hard time smelling anything lately. So before I get into what you see on the table, I do want to show you some candles that I still have going that they still haven't finished. They still haven't finished, and I was really wanting to finish everything up this weekend because, as I mentioned, February is a short month, and I want to get my Valentine candles and decor all set and ready to go so I can do my What I Am Burning Now video in a couple weeks. And so it may be running a little bit late if these suckers don't finish. So let's go see what I still have going on. I'm really, really hoping they're going to finish up by next weekend, but I'm not quite sure because they're hanging on. They're kind of really slow. But let's see what I got. So what I have here is a Crossroads candle, and this one will probably finish tonight or tomorrow morning at the latest. This is in the scent cinnamon bun, and I actually forgot I even had this one. I've been trying to finish up all my Crossroads because someone had mentioned that they didn't think they store quite as well as some of the other candles. They started losing their scent, or the scent changed. I don't remember what. So I figured, you know what? I might as well use them up. So other than the ones I'm going to show you tonight, I have only one more Crossroad candle left, and that is in the scent. I think it's Lemon Cookie, which I did do a review on, and it actually did well for me last year. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that it'll still do well this year. This one was just okay. Burn flawless. I have no issues with the burn on any of my Crossroad candles. The scent itself, to me, it wasn't really a cinnamon bun. It was just more like a red hot cinnamon. It was just a very generic, bland cinnamon. I mean, the scent itself was like, you know, nothing special. I wouldn't get it again for the scent. But performance-wise, it did really well. Now, I do have some soot on the jar, and that is mostly my fault because there were a couple times I was just really lazy about trimming the wicks on all my candles. I just had a lot of different changes in my schedule during the month of January, and I'm trying to coordinate changes of schedule with my burn time, and you know, something's got to give, but I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, like I said, burn really well. Not too happy about the soot, but that was mostly my fault. Because you know, I didn't put a aluminum lid on these because it's a 2-wick. It didn't really need help pulling out or anything like that. But yeah, the scent itself, I wasn't that crazy about. Okay, and the other Crossroads candle I have going is one of their more popular scents. I believe this is in the scent, I think it's buttered maple syrup. I'm not exactly sure what the name is, and I can't read it right now because it's right where the wax pool is. Like I said, I have no complaints about the burn. I mean, look at that wax pool. You know, the burn itself was flawless. No complaints there whatsoever. This is one of their more popular scents because, you know, maple is a strong scent. So, I mean, you got to throw... The candle itself is really, really good. I don't have any complaints about it. I'm not a huge maple fan. However, so while this candle was okay for me, it wasn't a cloying sweet maple, so I could tolerate it. There's the Village Candle version I happen to like a little bit better because that was more of a buttery maple smell. But other than that, it was a really good candle. You know, it burned well. As you can see, I have no soot on this one, and the throw was decent. I do have this in my large room, so I could still smell it, like not throughout the entire room, but on this side of the room, which has the low ceiling, I could definitely smell it. And yeah, if you like that kind of scent, this was a good candle. Okay, and I mentioned the Village Candle version. This is buttered, I think it's buttered maple. Look at that picture. Isn't that gorgeous? You get the pancakes and the maple syrup. I like this one better. First of all, I like the color of the wax better. You know, it's the golden yellow, and I think it just looks prettier burning. I mean, the picture's amazing. But I like the scent better. They're very, very similar, but this just has a more buttery smell, which I prefer because, like I said, I'm not a huge maple fan. I don't dislike it, I don't hate it, but I got to be careful with it. You know, typical Village Candle, 2-wick. I did have some issues with the wicks drowning out, actually on both of them, on this one and the Crossroads, but they've kind of corrected themselves now. They've reached they're at that halfway point. But yeah, a little bit slow and burning, so I'm going to try really hard to finish both of them up this week because I'm anxious to start some new ones. But I do actually really like this scent. This is the last one that I have. I bought both of these at Home Goods. Well, this one and the other one I used to have. I had 2 of them at Home Goods a couple years ago, and I have not seen it at Home Goods since. So this is my last one. So if I don't run into it again at some point, I may have to actually place an order on the online website because I do like it enough to want to burn it, you know, once a year in the, you know, in the really cold months like January. Okay, then in my hurricane, I have a Kringle candle. This is leftover from the holidays. This is holiday cookie. And I decided to burn it because I just needed some just basic, generic, light throwers because I just had a lot of candles going on. And, you know, this is just a basic vanilla scent, nothing special. I was actually really frustrated with this candle, and I have another Kringle candle that I'm going to show you. 2 wicks, but I think these wicks must have been self-trimming because unless I had it burning for like long periods of time, they really didn't need to be trimmed. But I'm kind of like fanatic about trimming my wicks because I don't want soot. And so my problem was I would trim it, and even though it looked like a normal length of a wick for me, it was just too short for this candle. And I'd always have one that would keep on burning and one would blow out and I wouldn't notice it, which is why I haven't finished this candle, because I would have to just blow everything out and start all over again and try to get the other wick going. So it was a little bit of frustrating for me. So I'm kind of learning to, with the Kringle candles, that I have to kind of pay attention, see what kind of wick is in there, whether it's one that I need to trim or not. And most of them don't really seem to need a whole lot of trimming. So that's something I got to get used to. So on this one, you can see a little bit of wax on the side because I just got frustrated because the wick was blowing out all day. Just the one wick, the other wick was going. And I finally said, screw it. I poured out some wax. So now the flames are going good. This one's almost done. It should finish, maybe not tonight, but probably tomorrow. And the other Kringle candle I have is in the scent Coconut Snowflake. This is one that a lot of people were really disappointed because they kind of had an expectation that it was going to smell like, oh God, what was the candle from Bath and Body Works? Was it coconut vanilla, I think? And it didn't. I mean, the scent itself is just okay to me. I wasn't a big fan of it though. Both this and the holiday cookies were really light throwers, which is why I decided to burn them because I just wanted to use them up. I have a lot of Kringle candles that I love, but these two I would not get again. Same type of thing. You can see the wax there because I just got fed up. I was always getting one wick too short, and it's like, you know what, it's time to be done. Let's speed up the process. So I poured out the extra wax, and there you have it. But yeah, Coconut Snowflake, not a fan. Okay, so now to the main event. First up is a Goose Creek candle, and this is in the scent Cranberry. And I kind of started this one near the end of the holiday season. I think it was maybe after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year's. I'm not exactly sure. And I had this burning on my kitchen stove, which is, you know, what I call the dead zone, because I live in a dud house. This was okay for me scent wise. It's a tart cranberry. It's not a sweet cranberry. And I like it, the fact that it's tart. A lot of cranberry scents. I'm not a big cherry scent, strawberry scent, cranberry scent type of person. I think my favorite cranberry scent is cranberry, or what is it? Mandarin cranberry from Yankee. That I really like. But in general, I tend to not like a lot of the cranberry scents. A lot of them, I don't know what it is about it, but the scent itself, I didn't mind. It's, you know, it was tart, not sweet. It held its own. Would I get it again? I'm not sure. You know, I wish I had time to try it in a different location, like in my computer room, which is the room where I get the best throw, but I didn't. I just had it on my stove, so I don't know. Maybe I would get it again. The burn itself was really good. I do have like some soot on the top because once again I kind of got lazy about my wicks, but other than that, pretty good burn. I did have some puny wick syndrome, however. which seems to have been a problem with a lot of the Goose Creek candles I've had lately. You know, the last couple years they had problems with the huge, big flaming wicks, and this year they've kind of solved that problem, but I think they're buying this, almost the same wicks that Village Candle uses, because they start out good, they get kind of puny, but then they seem to kind of, you know, resurrect themselves near the end. This was okay. It's not a love, 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 but it's not a hate. It's like, if I felt like I needed a cranberry candle, I would probably get it again, but it's not one that I would stock up or hoard on. Okay, and this is Goose Creek Butter Cookie. Now, you may have seen my video where I hauled a Goose Creek candle. It's a 2-gallon, huge candle, an Angel Kiss. And I mentioned that Angel Kiss is the same scent as Butter Cookie. And the reason I got that scent in the 2-gallon was because my beloved peanut butter sugar, which is the one I really wanted, was sold out. And I was really curious on trying the 2-gallon candles while they were, you know, 55% off. So I ended up getting Butter Cookie because I thought, well, you know, a basic vanilla cookie type scent you can't go wrong with, because it'll be a blender candle with almost any kind of scent I have going on, because it'll probably take me a while to get through. So the scent itself, Butter Cookie, is probably not my favorite vanilla cookie type of scent, but you know, it's just a nice warm buttery cookie type of scent. It's just, to me, it's okay. I do prefer peanut butter sugar better. And I know people are going to say, well, what do you mean, peanut butter sugar? You know, Butter Cookie and peanut butter sugar, how can you compare the two as being a basic vanilla cookie type of scent? Well, I do, because I consider peanut butter sugar to be more of a shortbread cookie type of scent with a hint of nut in it. That's how it comes across to me. So between the two, I do prefer the peanut butter sugar. But Butter Cookie's, you know, just a really nice, you know, you want a basic warm buttery cookie type of scent. It's you know, a pleasant scent on its own, but it also makes a really good blender scent, you know, with your other bakery candles, or if you have, you know, some other type of complex scent that you're not quite sure what to mix with, you know, Butter Cookie might do the job. The picture's adorable. I mean, look at those cookies. I just want to eat them. Performance wise, you know, it did well. You can see there's a little bit unevenness there, because I did have, you know, once again with the 2 wicks, 1 wick sometimes burning out on me because I would trim one shorter than the other. But all in all, you know, it was a good performer. I had this, what did I have this? I forget where I had this. I think I had this going in my computer room with something, but I don't remember what. Anyway, I'd have to watch my What I Am Burning Now video to see what I did with it. So I like it enough, I would get it again, but you know, like I said, you know, with the cranberry, it's not one I would really stock up on. And besides, I have my 2-gallon Angel Kiss, so I don't really need any more. I do have one more of these though. But I know a lot of people really love this scent. You know, the people who are really into their bakery scents happen to really like this one. So, yeah, it's good. Next up is a root candle. This is in the Queen Bee jar style. And some of you may recall that I had picked up some root candles in the Liberty jar style from Home Goods in the scent Cinnamon Bun. And I said they were a disaster. Scent itself was okay, but burn was awful. So I was really excited to see how these perform, because these, you know, this is one that I got directly from the website. This is in Madagascar Vanilla, and these are beeswax candles. And I'd heard so many good things about this scent, and there's so many people in my Facebook group that love root candles. Well, I have to say I'm just not a fan, you know. And I've got a few more that I need to get through, because I hauled a few. I think it was on Black Friday. And I mean, you guys, look at this mess. I mean, I guess this is just how beeswax candles burn. You know, I'm not familiar with beeswax candles, but my cinnamon bun did this, and I mean, I just don't like that. You know, I like my candles to smell good, but I also like them to look pretty. And with my cinnamon bun, even in a hurricane, because it was a dark red color, it would show through, and you could see the splotches of the jar through the hurricane. Now, this one wasn't as bad because it was white, so you didn't really notice it unless you took it out of the jar. But, you know, come on, that just looks ugly. Now, this one did, in general, perform better than the other ones. I mean, it would pull out in a, you know, decent amount of time. They are slow burners, which I don't really mind that. But my cinnamon bun ones were really slow. This was kind of comparable to a Yankee, maybe a little bit longer. The scent itself I really like. And I think it's a discontinued scent, which is a shame because the scent itself I really like. It's a vanilla, but it's not like a straight basic vanilla. I mentioned in my What I Am Burning Now video that something about this scent reminded me of Bath and Body Works Cinnamon Sugar Donut. There's that vanilla base, something about those two scents reminded me of each other. Scent I liked, scent throw wasn't there. I did have this burning in my computer room. I tried it by itself several times. I wasn't getting the throw, so I ended up burning it as a buffer candle with my peanut butter sugar. And actually I had it burning with 2 peanut butter sugars. Here's 1 and here's 2. Now this one is a lot more sooty, if I can show it to you. Once again, because of the 2 wicks, you know, you can see one got really long and the other one, because I would cut too short, would struggle a little bit. If it hadn't been for leaving one wick too long, I would not have had any soot issues. But I mean, look how nice and even that burnt. Look at that. That's really nice and pretty. I've talked about this scent a lot. I love it. Now, these are jars 2 and 3. My first jar I did a review on, and I think these were a little bit lighter because I had to have 2 of them going to really smell the scent the way I liked it. And I know some people had mentioned that they picked up like a slight perfume note in their peanut butter sugar, which I did not get in my first one, but I can see what they're talking about when I was burning these. And it's not really like a perfume, but it's the vanilla note that came across that way a little bit sometimes. You know, almost like a vanilla extract type of smell, which, you know, that scent's used in perfume a lot, so I think maybe that's why some people associated it with perfume. But that didn't really last. I mean, for the most part, this was peanut butter sugar, which I love the scent. I don't never want to be without it, I don't think. I really love peanut butter sugar. And I mentioned that my Root Madagascar vanilla, I thought it had a vanilla base in common with this candle, Cinnamon Sugar Donut. I had 2 candles going in my main room. I had these on my coffee table, and they were light, people. They were light. I could never really smell them. And then on top of it, they both had puny wick syndrome. So it took me, I would say, a good 2 weeks to get through these candles. I was burning both of them at the same time, and they just, I thought they would never die. So I was a little disappointed in that. These are ones that I got, like when I first, my very, very first time I ordered from Bath and Body Works, I ordered Cinnamon Sugar Donut and a bunch of them because I'd heard how great the candle was. I burnt my first one. It was like scentless, so I exchanged the majority of them, but I kept a couple. And then the second one I burned was better. And I liked it. So the next time there was a sale, I ordered more. Well, this must have been from the scentless batch because I couldn't really smell them. And I was sad about that. And another Bath and Body Works candle that I was sad about was vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Now I know this is a really popular one, but again, I had 2 of them going on my coffee table, and I was getting a throw, but it was light. It wasn't what I would think I would be getting having 2 of these burning in the same room. And the scent itself was just okay. I mean, after a while, it was starting to smell artificial to me. And frankly, I was just glad when it was done because it was just, I just wasn't enjoying them. I think I probably have maybe a couple more of these. But I don't know if I'm going to get it again when it comes out next year. Maybe I'll just get one and try it, see how it does. Like, once again, puny wick syndrome. And yeah, another disappointment. Now this one, London Tea and Lemon, did not disappoint. Love the scent. I actually, with this particular candle, got a little bit more of the rich black tea note that I love in the Southern Sweet Tea that was just a White Barn exclusive. To me, it was a little bit lighter on the lemon and a bit richer and heavier on the tea note. It did have puny wick syndrome, I will not lie, so that was frustrating. Again, this candle probably lasted me about 2 weeks because of that, but it was still throwing and it was still pulling out, so I just kind of left it alone, let it do its thing. You guys, you know, I love my tea scents, and London Tea and Lemon is no exception. It's a candle I really, really enjoy, and it's one I have stocked up on. Puny wick syndrome and all. As long as it pulls out and it throws, I'll forgive it. Okay, next up is a candle that I hated. And I never say that. You know, I can be disappointed in a candle, but I rarely come out and say I hate a candle. And this was in the Woodwick, the Lavender Macaron. I did a special video when I hauled these candles because I saw them at Myers, and they look so gorgeous and so beautiful. I mean, look at the container, really nice. Now, what I did like about the candle was, I mean, I did like the container, it's really beautiful. It's 3 wicks, 3 wood wicks, and they made a really nice loud crackle. So, I mean, really loud. I could hear this throughout my entire condo. So if you like crackling candles, this one was really, really loud and noisy because you got 3 crackling wicks. Those were the plus signs. I hated the scent. I did not like the scent. I would have been happier if it had just smelled more like a straight lavender vanilla. But it's a lavender macaron. And what I didn't get a lot of lavender out of it. Every once in a while, I would get that hint of lavender. But for the most part, I just got this burnt sugar smell, and I didn't like it. I mean, I had to put the candle on my stove in the dead zone because I didn't want to smell it in my bedroom, which is where initially I had it going. Because I wanted, you know, to hear the crackle when I got up in the morning. I thought it'd be relaxing, but after a while, I just couldn't stand the scent, so I had to move it out. I have 2 more of these candles. I got the one in the lemon. No, I think I only got the lemon in this container, and then I got a ribbon wick. So I'm hoping they do better. They don't get that burnt sugar smell. I did do a test of each of them in that video that I told you about, and they don't seem to have that problem as this one did. So this would not be a repurchase for me. Okay, next up we got 2 Colonial candles, 22-ounce jar in the scent Tobacco and Honey. And you know, this is another fan favorite, and we're all very sad that it was discontinued by Colonial. Maybe they'll bring it back. They brought back the tea candle, so who knows, maybe they'll bring this one back too. I did do a full review on this when I first got it, you know, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I'm not exactly sure. It's a unique scent. It's definitely what it says, tobacco and honey. It's a, you know, sweet type of candle. It has a hint of floral. I believe the floral is carnation. I actually really like the scent. You know, it's discontinued now, so I don't think you can get it in any form. They might have some of those tea lights still left. But if you're interested in the scent and you happen to come across it in some kind of form, you know, pick it up, give it a chance. Don't let the name Tobacco and Honey turn you off, because I actually really liked it. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to burn these, because I think I have only 2 more, and then that's it. You know, like I said, it's discontinued. I can't get it again unless they bring it back. But it's like, you know, what's the good of having it if you can't enjoy it? So I figured it was time to give it a burn. So yeah, I enjoyed my Tobacco and Honey. I mean, look at the flawless burn. I mean, the Colonial candles, you know, pretty much burn all the way down to the bottom. I mean, it probably would have finished up completely if I'd let it, but it was like, nope, it's time to go, time to go. No issues with it whatsoever. It had strong wicks. I had 2 of these going in my great room, so, you know, it's a hard room for me to get a scent, and I could smell it. It wasn't, you know, super strong, but it was enough to smell it. When I first reviewed this, I had just 1 in my computer room, and 1 filled the entire room. So, you know, that's just the problem I have in this room, because I have a dead house. Okay, so we're kind of back to Kringle, and this was one of my first Kringle candles that I had ever tried, in the old style 1 wick. This was a winter light, and basically they had like a lighter color plaid, they called summer light. The darker color plaid was winter light. 1 wick paraffin wax. This is in the scent Provence. I love this candle. It's a lavender with like citrus and honey, and I don't know why it was discontinued. Maybe it wasn't very popular, but I loved it. It's a good performer, good thrower. I like the scent, but unfortunately it's no longer available. I did have I have some issues there, but mostly it's because this was dark. A lot of times, I had it in a hurricane, I couldn't really see what the wick was doing, so I would forget to check on it. Because initially, when I first started burning it, you know, it's a 1 wick, it was a really slow burner to start, so I would just let it go. Okay, and then my last 2 Kringles that I burned this month were Cozy Cabin, and you know, these are in the new style jars where you have the 2 wicks. And I mean, I've talked a lot about this candle. I actually really like it. You know, the closest scent I can compare it to is Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, but it's not as sweet of a marshmallow. It's not as synthetic. Or Yankee Candle's Campfire Treats, maybe a little bit closer there. It's kind of like in between the 2. But I just find it to be a really comforting scent. It's just, I really like it. And this is one of the scents where it starts out light, but then as the candle keeps going, it just seems to get stronger. Depending where I place this candle, it would be a light thrower to a medium to strong thrower. This candle really depended on placement in my home. So if I wanted to smell it, I had to put it in a strategic spot. If you guys get a chance to try this candle, pick it up. It's not the sweet artificial scent like the Marshmallow Fireside, which I know that's a cult favorite. A lot of people just absolutely love it. This is more of a sophisticated, grown-up version of that. It's just a really warm, cozy type of scent, and it kind of is a nice blender scent. So I had it, you know, I used it to blend with my Tobacco and Honey, And I thought, you know, the smoky wood and the sweetness blended well with the tobacco and the honey. I loved it. I stocked up on it. I would get it again, absolutely. Burn was really, really good. You know, that's kind of scorch marks from my lighter. I did have a problem with one of these wicks. You can see it's uneven there. When it got near the bottom, the glue came undone, and so one of the wicks lifted up. But other than that, I had no issues with the burn whatsoever. Okay, so we're getting down near the wire, and we're at the Yankees now. And all of these but one are scents that I have burnt before, and they have been favorites. And all I can say is, come on, Yankee. I mean, these are like some of my favorite candles that I've always keep in stock, I've always burnt, I've always loved, and basically the theme is I couldn't smell. Now, first up is the Pure Radiance Crackling Wick and Lavender Chiffon. This is the first time I've actually had this set in the crackling wick. When they originally came out with this style, the wicks didn't have crackling wicks. It's a beautiful, beautiful, soft lavender scent. Now, I had two of these going in my bedroom, and once they got a full wax pull going, I was getting a light throw, which I don't want really strong throws in my bedroom. You know, I want like a light to medium, preferably, you know, a little closer to the medium versus like a really light throw. But so I could smell it once in a while, like if I'd come in and out of the room. I would have liked it to have been a little bit stronger, but it wasn't too bad. I would get it again. This is a candle I would get again, give it another chance. Really no issues with the burn. You know, sometimes I might cut that crackling wick a little bit too short, so it would just take a long time to pull out. But other than that, you know, it pulls out quicker than a large jar in general. And the wick is more of a soft crackle. It's not loud like the 3-wick Woodwick was. That was like really loud. So this was really subtle. Sometimes I could smell it. Sometimes I could hear it. Sometimes I couldn't. But I like it enough I would get it again. Just keep in mind, it's on the light side. Okay, and another Pure Radiance candle that I tried, which is a new one for me. This was in the scent Alpine Chalet, and it's one that I picked up during the semi-annual sale. And when I picked it up, the scent intrigued me because it was not what I expected at all. I mean, Alpine Chalet, and you had a picture of a scarf. I was thinking it was going to be more like a cologne type of scent, but it's not. It is, it actually has, I can't remember all the scent notes, but it has, I believe, like tea, nutmeg, spice, maybe vanilla. It actually reminded me a little bit more along the lines of the Kringle candles Cozy Cabin versus what I thought it was going to smell like. I actually really like the scent. It's a soft scent, but it's warm and cozy. It is a nice scent for a bedroom. I wish it was a little bit stronger. Toward the end, I would say maybe around this point, actually you can kind of see there's like the line here and then here. I got this really good wax pull right around there. And that's when I could really get a decent throw from this candle in my bedroom, that particular point in time. It's a light scent. I was planning on burning 2 of them because I had bought 2, but I didn't have a chance to try it before the semi-annual sale was over to see if I could snag another one, and I probably couldn't have anyway because I think I got the last 2, but and it sold out online. So I ended up only burning 1 because I wanted to have 1 to keep, so I could have 1 for next year, and just in case they don't bring it back. But the scent itself I really like. It's just, you know, just like a nice, warm, cozy tea type of, but it's not really a tea scent. Like I said, it reminded me more of Kringle's Cozy Cabin. But there's also another candle in the writing jar. It's called Quiet Sky. And on the cold, the two smell similar to me. I haven't burnt my Quiet Sky, so I don't know how they compare while burning, but on the cold, to me, they smelled similar. But yeah, it's not a scent, like I said, I would stack up on, but I enjoyed it, and I have one more, and if it comes back again next year, I would definitely give it another try. Burn itself, you know, I really have no issues with the Pure Radiance burns, you know, as long as I don't trim my wick too short. You know, they do leave a residue when the wax cools, but when they're burning, you don't see that. So, you know, they look nice when they're burning. I don't have any major soot issues with my Pure Radiance as long as I, you know, keep my wick trim. As you can see, this is a scorch mark from the lighter. There's no soot on it. So all in all, I was happy with it. Okay, sorry I can't get a good picture on this, but the light is changing. It's getting dark out now. This is one of the Y collection candles, and I never thought in my life I would buy another Y collection candle, because when they first came out, I bought one. They're like crazy expensive for a little candle, and I hated it. It just took forever to pull out. I had no scent thrown in a small bathroom. Took it back. Said never again, never again, never again. Well, apparently Yankee is discontinuing this line, and they were selling them for really cheap. So these tins, these quatrefoil tins, were selling for $7. Originally it was like $7 if you spent 30, but then at the end they were just like, you know, $7. And I think the regular size candles they were selling for 10. So I ended up getting this one. This was in the scent Alexis. Basically because I have a niece named Alexis, and I thought, oh, it'd be really cool if I could give, sorry, my camera just died there, so I guess I better speed this up. I'm kind of regretting that I bought as many as I did, because I ended up buying a couple of different scents. This was just totally forgettable. I mean, burn was okay. You know, they burnt a little bit better, 2 wick, than the original, you know, 1 wick Y candle. But the scent itself, you know, it's kind of like a light, sweet floral. I don't have the scent notes because it's gone now. You can't get it online. It just, I had it in the bathroom, couldn't smell it. Every once in a while I'd get a whiff of it. It's like, you know, it's okay. I mean, I paid $7 for this, and frankly, that's all it's worth. Yeah. They have a lot of these at the outlet. If you want to try it, just be warned. I don't think they're worth it. I think this whole collection was a bust. Okay, let's try this again. This video must be a little bit longer than I thought, because I actually ran out of room on my phone, which that has never happened before. So I either got some video on there that I forgot to take off, or I've just been talking for a really long time. But anyway, we're down to the final 4, and this is going to be quick. These are all Yankee candles. These are all candles that I have burnt before. I've shown them in other videos before. They're favorites. French vanilla is actually fairly new to me. It's been, not new, but it's been a while, I think, since I've had a French vanilla. And I like the scent. It's okay. Between the French vanilla and the buttercream, I just love the buttercream. It just smells like, you know, the rich buttercream frosting. So these 3 are always in my house. I always have fresh cut roses, buttercream, and lavender vanilla. Buttercream's supposed to be retired. Fresh cut roses was retired, but they brought it back. Lavender vanilla, I think, was a seasonal retirement. Should be back in the spring. Huge disappointment. I mean, like I said, these have always been favorites of mine. They're ones that I just always have these 3 scents in my house. Always. And I couldn't smell them. I could not smell them. Not even the fresh cut roses in the bathroom. It was, I mean, no, I couldn't smell it. I'm not even going to say it was a light throw. I mean, I could smell them when I put my nose in the jar. Unlike, if you guys remember back in the fall, I was burning the 2-wick tumblers and apple pumpkin, and I said it was scentless. Those I could not even smell when I stuck my nose in the jar. On cold, beautiful, 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 rich apple pumpkin scent. Burning the tumblers, I got nothing, not even when I stuck my nose in the jar. So I can't say these were scentless, because when I was, over the candles, giving it a good huff, I could smell it, so there's scent there. It just wasn't throwing. So it was really disappointing. So I don't know, people. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what to tell you. They brought fresh cut roses back. Maybe they've improved it. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. Really disappointed. I do have backups of, well, this is my only one, but I do have backups of the other 3, so I'm going to use them up, and maybe I'll have better results. Maybe I'll have the same. Would I buy them again? Yeah, probably, because I'm a sucker, and these are 3 of my very favorite scents that I like to have around all the time. I like each of them individually. They blend well together, but yeah, just really disappointing. So anyway, there you guys have it. That is my candle empties for the month of January, and I hope those other 4 candles that I showed you at the beginning of the video finish up, because February is a short month. We need to get going. Chat, chat. So if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed day.